If you're looking at multicolor printing, then this could well be the very best solution currently out there, the Prusa MMU3. Multicolor 3D printing really seems to have taken off now, and although there are various solutions out there, the Prusa MMU3 still continues to impress me every time I use it. The unit comes in kit form, and we've been through a complete build from parts right through to the final unit, which I personally find quite an enjoyable experience. Even though it's not as streamlined and sleek looking as the Bamboo Labs AMS units for instance, the Prusa MMU3 still carries several benefits over the AMS. Speed and efficiency being the two big sellers. In essence, we have three sections that drive the unit. An idler motor rotates the idler unit, which contains bearings that push the chosen filament down onto a pulley, and in turn the pulley motor rotates and both work together to push the filament into the selector, where the selector motor has moved the sensor to the correct location already to receive the filament. All three functions work in tandem to pull and push the selected filament down to the buffer unit, which takes up any slack, and then across to the extruder itself. It all starts with your chosen model. Once you have everything set up and added the correct profile in Prusa Slicer, which we've covered in a previous video, we need to set the colours we have loaded into the multicolor unit. The software doesn't seem to remember the set colours, so annoyingly I've found I have to do this every time I load up the Slicer software, although once done, depending on how the model has been created and the file available, you can either paint directly on the model, or if done in parts, you can simply work your way down through the parts list and apply the desired colour, all nice and easy. We can then slice and generate G-code as normal. The way this works then is your printer will print as normal, but will stop to change colours as and when it needs to on each and every layer. So when it comes to the end of one colour, the extruder moves to a wipe tower, where it begins to purge some filament through a procedure known as ramming. In essence, the nozzle cools by around 10 degrees, and before the filament is unloaded, a small amount of plastic is quickly extruded into a purge tower, before being immediately and quickly retracted. Pulling the cooler filament into the hot end and then retracting helps form a tip with a small pointed plug on the end and without any stringing, which is important for reliability when it's next loaded. The extruder gear pulls the filament up, and once the filament sensor is clear, the MMU3 idler and pulley motors work together to pull the filament from the extruder back up to the MMU3 where it's parked. Before the selector moves to the next required location, where the idler rotates to grab the next filament and works with the pulley again to push the new filament forward to the selector. Once the filament sensor in the extruder senses the filament is loaded, the MMU3 idler releases the filament completely, so it's free at this end, and the extruder gear then takes over by grabbing and pushing the filament down to the nozzle, which is heated back up by this point and is instantly ready to deposit some filament onto the wipe tower, ensuring the new colour is cleanly loaded, before returning to the print. The process takes around 40 seconds or so to complete, which is much quicker than the AMS since that cuts and purges a lot more filament. But because a single model can involve literally hundreds of filament changes, coloured models take a long time to print because there is a need to wipe the existing colour, change the colour, wipe the new colour, and so on. And depending on the model, that can be multiple changes, well up to 5 with the MMU3 on the same layer. If the model is small, this can be particularly time consuming as it takes much more time than a single colour print, and a lot of filament is used for wiping and therefore becomes waste. It is, however, less annoying for large models or models with multiple instances of the same object, as no matter how many objects you print, the wastage on the purge tower will be the same. More on that shortly. One aspect I really like with this system though is because of the way the colour changes work, the nozzle is always clean. It's almost like a cold pull with every filament unload process. That and the fact the filament is always unloaded from the nozzle after the print. So when starting a new job, the nozzle cleaning and probing is done without the filament in the nozzle, so no oozing to contend with. Then the nozzle is heated up to the right temperature and the filament is loaded just before the print begins. It's all cleaner and just works better. So taking a closer look at some examples then, we start with this test print which incorporated 100 colour changes. This was a great model to start with as it tests to ensure the MMU3 system is all working as intended. We can also see the amount of waste that's created, a lot less than the AMS unit would create mind, but still enough to exceed the weight of the actual model. And you'll notice that with smaller models like this quite regularly. Moving on to my first actual printed model though, doesn't seem like a lot of colour used here, well 3 colours to be exact. So marble grey for the majority of the model, with regular colour changes to white, and then red for the eyes. Again, because of the pauses for each colour change, we do add a lot of extra time to the print, and this will always depend upon the number of changes per layer. So this model, for example, would have taken around 2.5 hours to print in a single colour, whereas printing, as I have it here, ended up taking an extra 4 hours, at a total of just under 6.5 hours. In comparison though, the same model, using the same number of colour changes on the Bambu Lab A1, would have taken just over 10 hours. We move on to a more challenging print next, using all 5 colours here, and it did come out really quite nice. So red for the shoes, black for the main body, green for the face, white for the tooth as well as the eyes, with black pupils and eyebrows, and grey for the hair. Naturally, because all of these colour changes on each layer, this one took even longer, so a normal 2-hour single colour print turned into a whopping 12-hour multicolour one. But again, on the Bambu Lab A1, that would have been just over 20 hours, and that's considering the A1 would use 4 colours and not 5. Finally, another example here, this turtle uses 4 colours, another nice clean print though, and again naturally this took a lot longer than the basic single colour print. So a common trait here is the amount of extra time that's needed for each multicolour print, and this has to be the expectation due to all the colour changes thrown in, but even then the MMU3 is much quicker overall than the AMS system, because it isn't spending so much time purging a whole load of filament between each change. When it comes to wastage then, it's a single wipe tower. No filament poop to worry about with here, saying that in each case the wipe tower actually uses as much plastic as the original model, but know that this wipe tower size will not increase, so the more you print, the more efficient it becomes. For example, this witch weighs in at 42 grams, whereas the wipe tower is 38 grams. But whether I print 1 or 10 of these all at the same time, so I have 10 of these printing on the one build plate, this wipe tower would still weigh exactly the same as it does now, hence where it gets much more efficient. Also, for larger prints, the size of the tower remains relatively small, so again efficiency rises there too. So not only is the MMU3 cleaner and quicker, it's reliable too. The gargoyle model here had 271 filament changes, 609 for the witch, and 304 for the turtle, and with all of these models I simply set the job to print and let the machine do its thing, yet I had not a single error, no misloads, no nothing, completely 100% reliable printing in my experience. The filament changed completely as expected every time. So while flexibility and soft filaments aren't supported, it's more for filaments like PLA and PETG. Naturally, multicolour printing takes a lot of time and patience, but can be very rewarding. In fact, you could use this for single colour printing too, having 5 of your most used colours loaded and ready to choose your single colour print, meaning no need to load or unload at all. It's much faster than the Bambu Lab A1, cleaner and more efficient, producing much less waste than competing units, and that efficiency increases when printing multiple or larger models too, and above all else, I found it to be very reliable, which is a very important consideration. A great multicolour system that works exceptionally well.